chilly out, but I absolutely love it. I love cold weather. I've lived down here 27 years maybe from North Carolina, and I am still and will never be, I guess, used to the heat. So when there's cold, you can wear a sweater, jacket. I am so happy. So let's just kind of touch base. Where are we at today? Slept a lot better last night. I had the doodlies, slept in their crate, and Oliver, Pom-Pom, and Baxter kitty cat slept in the bathroom, which was nice because I love all of my babies so much, and they do disturb my sleep. They move around, they jump on and off of the bed, and they bark, and they meow. So I slept a lot better last night, and I'm so funny. I have a king size bed. I bought it 10 plus years ago or so, and absolutely love it. I can't even imagine how I existed for so many years with children, because my children always slept with me in a queen size bed. I'm sure at some point I even had like a regular bed, even like during the marriage and such. Ugh. So 10-ish years or so ago, I got a king size bed, and it is amazing. It's so comfortable. It's got one of the memory foam, like that's what it is. But then sometimes when I find that my sleep is off, or I'm just restless, or something like that, I'll actually move around and sleep in different positions on the bed. Sometimes I'll sleep like a normal person on one side. Sometimes I'll scoot in the middle, and I can feel the difference in the sides of the bed just from over the years of sleeping in it and such. So I can feel the bed, the mattress feels different on different sides. So last night I slept across the bed, just a thick blanket. My heat pad, because I always have a heat pad in my bed. It's 30 minutes and it shuts off, but it's just really easy. So I always appreciate that. I slept better. Going to Folkestone this morning to meet them. Have a good day. I woke up thankful. And that happens often. I guess it's part of training. Retraining my brain. But when I woke up, I just start going through my list in my mind instantly of what I am so thankful for. Because there's so much good in my life. And there's just so many blessings. And so I naturally start going through those, which I think is amazing. And it helps to set me up for a good place mentally for the day. Whenever I go through that list, it helps to keep my focus on what really matters. You know, you get one shot at life, and I know that I typically see the good, but if you're not taught, I guess, trained to look for the good and focus on the good, and it doesn't dismiss things that are stressful and that are heavy, but focusing on the blessings in your life helps to set the tone different. And there were seasons of my life that everything was so intense that it was right there in front of me, and it's where I had to literally just take it moment by moment, and I did, because life was a lot and it was too much, and there was so much uncertainty. And knowing and realizing and looking back at my life and the healing process of my life, fear was huge, and fear would run rampant in my life. The fear of the unknown, the fear of not having my needs met, fear of being abandoned, the fear of not being seen, the fear of my children being taken from me, the fear of not being able to provide what we needed, the fear of what if, blah, blah, blah. So I am super thankful that I don't live out of a fear base now. And obviously I'm human. Obviously. And sometimes things are more clear than other times. But I don't view life from a basis of fear. And that's something that I know looking back at my story, my journey. Especially, and just kind of talk about really like post-divorce. It was something that the enemy used every day, all day, to keep me debilitated, to keep me overwhelmed and exhausted, to keep my eyes, instead of looking at, all right, what is working, I just saw so many things that left my soul at unrest. So many. And the biggest thing it was, how was I going to survive post-divorce? That was heavy. How was I going to raise these kids by myself? Because I did, and I am, raising them alone. Unfortunately, in my situation, we were not able to co-parent. There was not a discussion, a sharing, a coming to a solution, a resolution on parenting topics. And that was shut down really, really soon after the divorce. And so I was left in a place of, okay, it's me. It's just me. And there were some times, there were multiple times when that was way too much. Out of my scope of practice. I have no experience at all. And in those moments would just help bring me back to the basis of who I am. And the basis that I'm not doing a mama this alone. And it really helped my faith walk. All right, Lord. You know what I don't know. And you love these children more than I could ever imagine. So you got to show up. You've got to show up. You've got to handle. You've got to do the things. Miracles have to happen because I don't know what I'm doing. And you always did. And that was always amazing to see that. So that was pretty cool. So as I've walked out this, soon will be 13 years post-divorce. And I'm so, so thankful. So thankful. So thankful to be on this side of it. If you would have told me 13 years ago that, hey, you're still going to be walking this out physically, just you, there won't be a partner, I could not have comprehended any of that. If you would have told me 13 years ago, from the place that I was financially, with my income, lack of, not much, as the money flowed and such, where I would be today, to have my beautiful land and my home, and to have our vehicles, and to have my education, and to have gone to nursing school twice, to have those things under my belt to fall back on, to have that because I showed up even when it wasn't easy. Looking back now, it's like, that really wasn't that hard. In the moment, it felt hard, and it felt overwhelming and exhausting. But now looking back, it's just part of it. This is life. there's so many things I want to do. So maybe today I'm going to take a moment, and I feel like I think about this a lot, and I'm kind of put on paper, but don't put on paper. I don't know. And I did this weekend, my mirror in my bathroom that I get ready at every morning. When I was going through nursing school, I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I got my eyeliner, and I actually wrote on my mirror. And I wrote some of the different steps of the different tests that I had to do in the different classes that were coming up. And I went ahead and wrote what grade I was going to get in these different areas. And then as I would do it, I would mark it off. But that it just helped my mind to see, okay, this is the path. And like I put my end result of my NCLEX, and I wrote my name, Ginger Hunter RN, like a year before that was the case. But it was on my mirror. So that way every day when I got ready, it was right there in front of me. So it did go, and yeah, I've erased that now. But this weekend, I'm like, let's just do that again. Because there's so many things I want to do. And there's so many projects. And my to-do list is so long. And sometimes it feels like I'm just spinning my wheels. Sometimes I feel like I'm stuck in mud. Sometimes I only have enough energy to get up and get out of the house, get to work, and get back, and that's it. And sometimes I have more energy. And I love myself enough to know that when I'm in that place, no energy, it's okay. It's okay. Take care of me. And if it takes me, it feels like forever to get a task done, that's okay too. Because as long as I do just a little bit, the task will eventually get done. If I wouldn't have started it when I did, because it was overwhelming, then it never would get done. Even simplicity, since I moved, it's been January 11th will be 4 years. 4 years since my house was moved. 4 years since I started RN nursing school. But once my house was moved, pre-house being moved, and I'll probably talk about that in another video, that way I can kind of start at that and just some stuff that, yeah, anyway. My room was always a mess. It was just a disaster. I didn't have consistency with keeping my bed made. Never did. That was never me. Teenager, never. And I just didn't. But once I moved, my bed, the majority of the time, has been made every morning. You know, every once in a while not. And sometimes it's not made where it would look like a hotel type situation. But that's okay. But it's pretty consistently been made. And so realizing, recently my room had collected stuff on my bed. And because my bed's so big, because I got a king size bed, it sat there for way longer than I wanted it to. And multiple times in the mornings, I would, tell myself, well, when I get home tonight, I'm going to clean up my room, clean up my bed, clean up my bathroom, those things, and then it wouldn't happen. But again, that's where I love me enough to know that, what, it's okay. So I got my room cleaned up, got my bed cleaned off, and cleaned up my bathroom, kind of decluttered the junk. I feel like it's an ongoing process. I feel like that's something always, to always be cleaning and sorting and straightening and dejunking and rearranging. It's just always. So I did that though, but it took me baby steps of getting to that point, and it was last weekend, I think, weekend before. Anyway, and just choosing, and I even, like I said, everything seems to take me so long now to get done. But I put Seinfeld on Netflix. I think it's Netflix. And I just let it run. And I've never really watched Seinfeld. I mean, I've watched it, like if it was on or whatever, but I wasn't ever one that like, hey, that's my show. But with Mama Dog, I used to turn Seinfeld on and just let it play whenever I would leave the house, so she could have something to listen to. So anyway, I just kind of had that on, and it's a silly show, and it's an old show, but it's light and airy, and you don't really have to pay attention. And that's what I needed, or just something easy. We're falling behind a dump truck. But I just had that playing, and slowly working on my room. And my room is so pretty, and I love it. And waking up to a pretty room with my big bed and my big pillows and pretty things on the wall. I like things that have like sayings and pictures and stuff. So whenever I wake up and I look in front of me, that wall, I have things, artwork and pictures and sayings just all over it. And I love it because it's mine. So waking up, that also helps me to be so thankful when I wake up. And it's like there's peace here, and joy, and love, and goodness right here in my room with me. I don't wake up in fear. And there was a long time that I did. That was constant in my life. I'm so thankful that I'm in a different season. And I'm so thankful that I walked all of that out to the best of my ability. And I was a mess for a long time. And I look back and I think back of me through different seasons the last 13 years. And I just love me. And I just want to hug me and say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You're doing okay. You've never given up. You felt like giving up and disappearing, but you never did. None of it. You showed up, even if it was for one moment at a time. You still showed up. Like I said, sometimes I can accomplish so much. In other seasons, I don't. But that's okay. It's okay because all of it, I've living life, loving my children, choosing my children. I see that, and my love for them and my connection to them is so strong because I've chosen my children. I didn't put me as a single mom and put that first in front of my children. I didn't do that, and I'm super thankful for that. And then to see my pets, and I love them, and they are so precious to me, and I'm so blessed to share my life with them. Last night I gave my golden doodle, his birthday is January 15th, and he will be 1, which is so precious. I gave him a shower, and it's usually it's a thing, it is a whole thing to get, to do the shower, and he gets so dirty because he's blonde, white, I mean super light. And he's fluffy, and he's amazing, and he's got all this energy, and he's so smart, and he's so silly, and he's just pure joy. And so then I gave and I can put things back. I don't want to get a new TV, like a big TV for our living room. We have a smaller one. And Ernie and he is so precious. I love him. I just can't even describe it. I just can't even describe it how much I love this kid. He'll be 17 on January 21st. And that blows me away. Completely blows me away. That God gave me this little man child to love and to raise and to just pour my life into. But him and I, we watch movies together. And we like similar movies. So it's really cute. Right now we're watching Fast and Furious, and we started at the beginning and we're going through it, and sometimes we only watch 30 minutes and sometimes we watch longer, but we only watch it when we're together. And we did that with the series Modern Family. We've done that twice actually, but then when we finished that, and it's funny, we still didn't watch the last show of Modern Family this last time because it's just sad. It's sad. We didn't want to be sad that it was ending, so we just left it lingering. So now we're going through Fast and Furious, and then I don't remember which one we're going to start next. I'm sure we'll probably do Jurassic World. I don't know. Whichever ones that have like a bunch of them together. So that's really awesome. And it's really amazing that we just had the New Year, and some of Ernie's friends invited him to hang out for the New Year, and he chose to stay home with his family and be with us, and I love that. And we have traditions that we do. Him and I, we bake cakes. He made a strawberry cake or cupcakes, and I did a spice cake. And then we go visit Papa's grave and take him a tour, and we live it. So it's 3 years now, because when the kids were younger, I would take them over to watch the ball drop with Papa, and we did that multiple years. And so once he passed, it was just kind of like, let's just do that. So we do. And then Kaylee thought I were there this time for New Year's, and I made like cucumber sandwiches, and anyway, it was a lot of fun. But for a fixing to be 17-year-old boy to want to hang with his family on New Year's, I think that's pretty amazing. And that speaks a lot into our family. It really does. So there's so much good in my life, and there's so much good to come. There's so much good in the now. And I really enjoy speaking and talking this out. So when I think about it, I think I'm just going to make these. And you can hear my diesel truck in the background, so I know that's distracting. But right now, it's just what it is, because I've got my headphones in. I don't know a better way to do this. But I drive so much, so to be able to talk while I drive, I think it's beneficial. I just talk it out. So I've gone through seasons when I would journal. And I'm not in a journaling season. I'm in a talking season. Just talk it out. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'll end this one, and then at some point I might talk about some stuff like pre-divorce that I know now, and I knew things where I was struggling that I really see now, and I can love on me then.